InsideThunder.com. Powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Thunder with the win over Sacramento, 98-95 on Sunday night. Oklahoma City has never lost to the Kings. They're 14-0 when they play them here in Oklahoma City, but this one almost got away. Thunder led at one point by 17. That lead went completely away. Sacramento ended up leading the game by 7 late. But the Thunder came back to win it. Kevin Durant told Leslie McCaslin on the Fox TV broadcast that he thought he played terrible. That's probably going a little bit too far. He ended up with 20 points to lead the team, but he also had 10 turnovers on the night. Seemed out of sync, especially on offense. The entire Thunder team were out of sync at times on offense. There were some strange officiating calls. Things were confused at the scorer's table a couple of times. That led to a lot of confusion over how many fouls Serge Ibaka had at one point in the first half. But the bottom line is the Thunder get the win, even though they certainly did not play all that well at times. Inconsistencies again tonight. That's something Billy Donovan has been talking about really since training camp. After the game, we heard from Billy Donovan, also Steven Adams, and Russell Westbrook, who had his third triple-double of the season on Sunday night.
Well, I think I maybe talked, I'm not sure in here, but before the game, you know, one of the things that was concerning playing against these guys was if you turn the ball over, they do a great job in transition. And I thought we got hurt in transition a lot tonight, just on some turnovers and missed shots. I thought defensively we were really, really consistent for most of the night. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. I thought Steven did a really nice job on Cousins for the majority of the game. And I thought offensively we had some struggles. There was times we got that lead. I thought the ball movement was really good. We had touched the paint quite a bit. And then at times I thought we struggled a little bit. So I give our guys credit to battle and fight to, you know, stay in the game the way they did.
Billy, how do you correct some? Thank you.
I can hear you. It's okay. I can hear you.
How do you correct some of the issues you're having in terms of transition defense? Sometimes guys getting those mismatches. You see an instance where Russell's having to guard Cousins in the post, or how do you fix those issues?
Well, I think it comes down to two things. I think our consistency needs to be better, and I think our discipline needs to be better. We do things, you know, at times very consistent and with a great deal of discipline, and then there's things that, you know, we don't do with the same level of consistency and discipline that we need. And, you know, I think that I always try to look at things as a coach from the things that you can control. Like I thought Dion several times on Bellinelli did a great job chasing off screens and had a hand in his face, and he still made the shot. You know, you're gonna live with those kind of things. You know, there was Ennis, I think, or Andre, was a great backdoor cut. He went up to dunk the ball got stuck in the rim, it was for a jump ball. We lost 2. Like, those things are going to happen. But the consistency of blocking out, the consistency of getting back in transition and communicating. There's times we did it really well, there's times we didn't. You know, the consistency of, you know, taking care of the basketball, doing those kind of things. There's times we do it at a really high level. Like when we got that, whatever it was, we're up by 16 or whatever it was. I thought we were playing at a really high level on both ends of the floor. We just got to keep working at that and keep talking about that and keep trying to, when we can practice, work on getting better at those things, because that's really what it comes down to.
You called that timeout just, I think, 4 minutes into the third quarter, and they responded with a 8-0 run, 2 minutes. And then obviously you kind of gave it back there. Were you just trying to get some energy, get their attention, and was that kind of the issue, is just kind of maintaining that level? You know,
I thought we had, you know, some plays there to start that third quarter coming out of the half where, you know, like we were trying to make a couple passes, and I didn't think they were bad passes. Like that Andre kind of slipped. He was wide open for a backdoor layup. You know, we missed a couple bunnies around the basket. There was like some things happened, but I really thought it was starting to bleed into our energy. And I just, you know, basically told them pretty quickly that, like, listen, we're not playing poorly right now. We've had a couple things not go our way, but we need to keep battling and fighting here. And then I thought we, you know, in that third quarter, we played really, really well and got that lead. But then, you know, we kind of just give it away, you know, and it's that constant grinding of consistency and that focus and that attention to detail and those things that we're constantly trying to keep working at with these guys. And, so I think the timeout was just more to try to get them to, because I saw us losing some energy there, and I didn't think we needed to lose energy because there was some things that kind of got in the way there.
What happened the first 6 or so minutes of the fourth quarter? And this has kind of been a continued trend lately, just some struggles in the fourth. Are you worried about that?
Well, I think we may have been up by maybe 11 or 12 points there. I think I had to call a timeout in the fourth quarter, too, because, we had Kevin and Russell off the floor. And I think that was my point earlier today, is we have to develop consistency off the bench if our whole team is going to evolve, and we've got to be able to hold down the fort. And those guys did a pretty good job, but the lead ended up going, I don't know what it was, 11, and then it kind of got down maybe to 6-5 somewhere in there when Kevin and Russell came back. But also when those guys were on the floor, the lead, we also lost the lead, and we're in a hole. And what the reasons are, it always comes back to the same thing to me. It's always the things that you can control, like blocking out. Like I thought one of the things that hurt us, they missed some open threes that we gave up. And, we gave up offensive rebounds. They were flying to the backboard and getting second possessions, transition. We gave up threes. We can control those things. We can do a better job with those things. And, they were fast breaking a lot. And a good portion of the game, I thought like we got back and did a pretty good job matching up. But there was some other times where we didn't do it. And I think at this level, when don't have that consistency and that discipline over a 48-minute period, teams can go on runs and they can explode, and that's what happened.
Nick Gallo, KCThunder.com. After all that, you get down by 7 with 3 minutes to go. What did you notice about the way your guys handled that and were able to kind of grind out those last few minutes of the game to ultimately win?
Well, I thought a couple things. I thought, one, our defense was pretty consistent all game long. I thought we did a really good job consistency-wise defensively. I mean, that was a pretty good job. It wasn't perfect all the time. So the first thing was we got some stops, and the stops enabled us to get out. I thought that we did a good job coming down the stretch of getting high-quality shots. I thought we got good shots. I actually thought Steven had some plays around the rim. There was a couple passes there that we got to the rim. We missed a layup, and he had a tip in that just kind of rolled around the rim and off. I think that happened 2 or 3 times to him. Kevin obviously stepped up and made some big shots late, the free throws, and then there was a side of the bounds. He came off and made a shot. Like I thought those were some pretty big plays. And Russell got tripped, I think, in the open floor, so it was kind of a dead ball for us. We shot free throws. I think he split a pair. So there were some things that they did execution-wise coming down the stretch that I thought was very good, considering the hole we were in. Kevin,
I think, at about 10 of your 20 turnovers, it seemed like there was like a domino effect of frustration with him. Have you ever seen him like that, throughout a game?
Yeah, I don't know. I think what ended up happening sometimes is for him is trying to get him in space, like in open areas of the floor where he can see double teams coming from. And I think Rondo at times did a really good job of coming in from behind him where he didn't see him. And I think as he kind of went, I think he felt like he was playing in a crowd. And I think we did some things on the side of the bounds just to get the floor like open for him where he could see if someone was going to run and come trap him. I think some of his turnovers were a couple he could control, but I think some of it came out of them aggressively coming after him where he's got to be able to find the open. Like there's a couple times, Andre was in the corner and he actually made a great cut. He cut back door for a layup. Kevin didn't quite see him, but like Rondo left the corner and like ran from like all the way across behind his head. And he kind of, I don't think teams generally do that, so there was some areas of the floor they came at him on that probably took him off guard a little bit. But I give him credit because he stayed with it and made some shots, obviously, coming down the stretch.
Coach, DeMarcus Cousins had double-double but made only 5 of 20 shots. So what were the keys to defending him tonight?
Well, I think Steven did a really good job, staying vertical on him and not overcommitting and didn't really give him a lot of angles. Some of the shots that he made were jump shots, of those 5, which I don't think he made any threes tonight, but the 15-footers he made. But I thought around the basket we did a really, really good job. And I think the other thing that speaks to Russell is that was I think a pretty big jump ball where Russell tied him up underneath the basket, and we found a way to get that ball back, on the jump ball. So I just thought we played good position with him. We didn't give him angles, and we didn't really foul him, an awful lot. I don't think we did. He didn't get to the free throw line a lot. He got there, I guess, 9 times, but as much as he's usually getting there 12 to 15 times. So that was good. I think Steven did a really nice job on him.
Do you feel like you got an appropriate explanation for Serge's third foul when he went to the bench with 2, and then they switched the foul to him?
It was really the only thing I said to the officials. I wish they would have came over to the bench and told me, because I went up there and they said that there was some confusion on who the foul was, and I don't think Kevin said he wasn't near the play. So I was told it was 1 foul on Kevin. There was another one on Serge. Somehow, I don't know what happened to scores table, whether the officials got confused or what happened. Then I was told in the timeout that Serge has now got 3 fouls, which I thought was his second. So I was under the impression he had 2, and the only thing I said to the officials was that if they could have come over there and cleared it, because I talked to them before about it, and they told me that, no, this is what it is, and that's the last. And they acknowledged they maybe should have come over here, but I think there was some confusion on their part trying to get it all figured out. So it really probably took Serge out of the flow, at least in that first half, because we had to sit him, and then he picked up his 4th there, and then we had to sit him, and then he got his 5th in the 4th. So he was never really in flow. I thought he did a good job defensively, Serge, around the basket tonight. But I think there was just some communication stuff that maybe all the way around could have been handled better by everybody.
Win tonight, obviously, but is there any concern about how you guys played?
Is that what?
The win tonight, obviously, but is there concern about how you guys played? What happened in the fourth?
Oh, definitely. No disrespect to Sacramento, but we were up by 16 or whatever. We were up by a lot, and then we just managed to lose it. So that's what we got. That's why it doesn't actually feel that good about the way we played. But yeah, we'll work on it.
How'd you think about the way you responded those last few minutes? So you go down by 7 points with 3 minutes to go. How do you think you guys responded? Why were you able to come away with this one?
Oh, we were just aggressive, man, and made some huge plays down the stretch, and yeah, just came together as a team and pulled it up.
You're isolated out there on a couple of the guys, Rondo at one point, Rudy Gay at one point. What's going through your mind in those moments?
Just try and stick to the game plan. There's always game plan when I'm guarding a guard. Try and do try and focus on their tendencies, what they like to do, and just go with it. That's all we can do, really. But thankfully, the team defense was good on Rudy Gay, and that's how we actually ended up getting that stop. KD was in the right position.
Heads up play to call a timeout. Did you know that you were going to do that if you got the ball on that?
If I called timeout? Yeah. Oh, it wasn't me. The guy called it way back, and then I just pretended I just felt timeout. I actually just dead mind, mate. Just nothing upstairs. Just was blank. No one was home.
Pretty fantastic that crossover you had on Cousins. I mean, what was going through your head when you pulled that off?
Oh, I don't know. Just I better pull this off whilst I'm sitting down. Yeah. No, honestly, it was just try and get it over. I was actually going to try and hand over KD, and just so happened he just reached, and thankfully that I didn't get stolen, because he's good with his hands, old Cuzzies.
DeMarcus, I think he went 5 of 20 shooting tonight. How about the job you and Ennis over here did on him tonight?
Oh, simmer down, mate. Oh, sorry.
Just why were you guys effective on him, making him inefficient?
We got Serge, and we just contested shots, and that's pretty much it, man. We were just trying to be physical, put him in, make him make tough shots over us, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, for this team, for you guys to get the win on this one tonight?
Oh, it's good, man, especially at home. Get a chance to close out a game. Kind of let them come back, great momentum, but I thought we did a good job of sticking together and getting the win.
Kevin told me he was terrible tonight, yet he makes a big play on both ends at the end. Why do you guys trust him even if he is having an off night? I mean,
that's what your best player does, man. He's not going to play perfect every night, but as you can see, he closed the game for us, did a good job defensively, and finished the game for us.
What do you like about your third triple-double of the season?
I mean, we had to win. That's the most important part, just going out and trying to find ways to have different impact on the game and trying to find ways to kind of keep guys involved and at the same time win the game.
What was more impressive, that or Stevens' crossover?
I'll probably say Stevens' crossover.
Russ, you touched on it, but up 17, then they go up 7 with 3 minutes to go. Why did you guys stay together? What made that happen?
I mean, we've been there before. It ain't the first time. We've been there before. We know exactly what we need to do, get stops towards the end of the game, and that's what we did.
Steven was out there isolated defensively on Rudy Gay. What was he able to do to keep that Rudy Gay from attacking there? You guys got the big turnover.
I mean, I think our defense did a good job of clogging the paint. Steven did a good job of staying down and sliding his feet.
Do you have any doubt in your mind you're going to win that jump ball?
No, I think I'm going to win every one. But that's just how I think,
Anyone else for Russell?
Transition defense, sometimes you'll get matched up against a big. You have to battle DeMarcus Cousins at times tonight. Stevens guarding on the perimeter. I mean, how do y'all fix that, or how do y'all get to a point to where that happens less?
I mean, we're okay with it. They know I'm a battle. I'm not going to give up nothing easy in the paint. I know our biggest going to do a great job, but side their feet, they can guard EDPGs. They guard me in practice. They can guard anybody else. So.
There's Russ, Steven Adams, and Billy Donovan. Thunder will practice on Monday, then get on the charter and fly to Memphis. Last time they were over there, they gave up a lot of points to the Grizzlies and lost that game. Thunder will take some lessons from that, hopefully play much better in the grindhouse this time around. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated at InsideThunder.com.